Hey guys, this is Josh Battazzi and Romeo Battazzi here. Did a little fun $5 PyroHyzer round at Okoboji Gold disc golf course up in Kenzie Park, Okoboji, Iowa. So check out discgolfsportinggoods.com for all your disc golf needs. So here we go. We'll jump right into it. Hole number one is a par 3 305. We played as an island, so you have to be on the right side of the sidewalk. So this is Garrett Warren. He's going with an enforcer with a forehand line. I know he's sponsored by Wild Discs, so check them out as well. I have it there, wilddisc.com. And just turns it over a little bit. So that's OB, and there's a drop zone. I'm going with a Origin. Just turn it over. And I was scared for a minute. I thought it was going to go B, but I was okay. And this is Grant Carpenter. He's from Spencer, Iowa. He's going with a Paul Ulibarri Raptor. Pretty good, just a tad bit short. And we got Tyrone Fude here. He's also sponsored by Disc Golf Sporting Goods. So there's their tag for Instagram and whatnot. And I know he's going with the Star Wraith here, forehand line. The biggest thing on this is just to make sure that you don't miss left and go OB, really. So it's a good shot. What are you throwing, Dad?
This is my turn here.
G-Star, right?
Yep, this is my G-Star turn, and see if I get over it on a little bit here.
Again, the biggest thing is just making sure that you don't go OB. So yeah, he turns it over a little bit. Kind of puts himself in a tough position.
Got a little twig thing there.
So he's probably like 80-ish, maybe between 70 and 80. Going with a Judge, just a little bit short. And this is Garrett. This is from the drop zone, so he's putting 3 right here. And if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I believe that he putts with the Wild Hummingbird, I think is what it is, during non-sanctioned round. I don't think it's PDJ approved quite yet.
This guy's got a Macbeth.
Yeah, great putt. It's about 50 feet for Grant.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, I'm probably 25-ish.
Nice putt, Josh.
And I putt with Fireflies. And this is Tyrone. He putts with Fireflies as well. Just a little bit low. And then some tap-ins here. So we got a couple 3s, a couple 2s, and Garrett with a OB4. So on to hole number 2, 325 feet. That tree up there, it's a Mando. You have to go on the left side of it. So I'm going with the Origin. Same disc I threw on the first hole there. So just a little bit too low for what I'm looking for as far as parking it. Grant, he's going forehand here. He's got a really powerful forehand. This is a great shot.
Grant can really throw.
This Tyrone, it looks like he's going with that same Wraith that he threw on the first hole.
I have a signal here I'm going to throw up. Just don't really commit at all here.
Let's see. Garrett is another Fusion Enforcer here. That's what he threw on the first hole also.
You got to stay left of that tree up there. It's a Mando.
It's a good shot as well, just a little bit short.
So I'm throwing an A2 and just dumped her over.
This is Tyrone. He's probably, I don't know, probably close to 100 there. Puts it right up next to it, which is great. I'm just going with a Sonic, soft little shot. Just try to put it up next to it, which I do just fine. And here's Grant. He's probably 60. And perfect. Yeah, fantastic shot.
This is me trying to get my 3.
Yeah, it was weird. He's kind of tucked up against that tree. Here's Garrett. Looks like he's got a deputy in hand. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe he doesn't putt with hummingbirds. Just a little bit to the right. Let's see. So he looks like he's tapping in, or going to try to tap in for his par here. And I know Grant off of the tee through a Z Hannum, or the Hannum, Austin Hannum Z Force. So I'm tapping in a 3. So it looks like we got all 3s, or no, I guess Dad got a 4.
Yep.
And then 3s, and then Grant with the 2. Excuse me. So moving on to hole 3. The sign says 310, but it's actually 370. Grant is going with a ESP Force, and just turns it over a little bit. Must be beat in, because I did turn quite a bit. I'm going with a 3-line AJ Destroyer. What you really want to do is just cut it really close to that tree on the left there, that big tree. And I just throw it way out to the right. And then Tyrone, looks like this is an FX2, Prodigy FX2. And so he might just be playing for the 3 on this. It's a pretty big bomb for an FX2. Let's see, and then I know that Garrett is throwing that same Fusion Enforcer. Maybe not the same one, but it's a Fusion Enforcer. And this is a great shot. It's right where you want it. Maybe a little less stable of a disc would have helped it kind of flatten out and push forward, but that was a great shot.
Yeah, he really got through that one. This is me with that same turn, which...
So yeah, this is that G-Star turn. He's had it in bag for a long time. You see just really turns over on it. And that disc is gone. So we looked for quite a while, couldn't find it. So he's throwing 3 now, re-teeing, because we couldn't find the disc. What are you throwing here? A Destroyer?
Yeah, I'm throwing my Destroyer here.
So it's a lightweight, older Paul Macbeth Destroyer.
Yeah.
So, and that's totally fine. That would have been okay for the first shot. And then throwing it up with, looks like this year's Sonic.
Sonic here. Just got this disc and playing around with it. I definitely...
If you haven't played with a Sonic, it's so much fun. It's a great disc. And this is Grant. He's got a kind of tough little line here, and he's going with a zone, it looks like. About 70. Just trying to do something, but put it up close enough to take a 3. And then we got Tyrone here. He's probably close to about 100. Maybe a little less than that, but nice upshot. Garrett looking for the solo 2. It's a good 2 on this hole. I don't see it birdied a ton. Definitely sometimes, but not all that often. Just a little bit to the right, so he'll get that dialed in here. And then we got Grant looking for the 3, just a bit high. So yeah, he putts with Tour Series Lunas. And then Dad is, I don't know, probably close to 30-ish. And just a little bit low. I'm going to tap in for a 3. And then I think Grant's going to, Garrett will tap in. He's got a 3. Tyrone will 3. Nice move, Dad. You just saw that. Yeah, I don't know, some weird little ballet move. Grant with a 4. And then Romeo with a 6, I think, with the lost disc and everything. Yeah. So par 4, shout out to our brother up in heaven, Chris Paulette. Par 3, 330 feet. I'm going with a Big Germ Thunderbird. So my goal is to skip it and just skip ace. I really want to ace this hole. And I put it out just a little bit too far to the right. It just skips about 35 feet. Apologize for the dogs. 35 feet long of the basket. Tyrone, I believe he's going with a verdict here. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what that was a verdict. So it just hits that. So then we have Garrett going with the Opto-X fuse. And we had a little bit of a headwind, so I was kind of a little surprised he went with the fuse on this. And you can see it does get underneath and just turns pretty hard to the right. Not 100% sure. Let's see. Hole 4. He goes with a Phenom. Phenom? Yeah, he turned it on quite a bit. What do you throw on here?
I have another turn. G-star turn.
Different one. Yeah, because we just lost that one.
Yep.
And he gets kind of greasy. He sneaks right through those trees a little bit. Has a look. We got a force here. Or, sorry, not a force, a zone. And I thought that was in the entire time. Looked really nice. Tyrone's probably like I don't know, 80, 90, 100, probably 100. Also thought that was in. So some really, yeah, looked nice. Garrett with the outside look here. Those do look like hummingbirds, so I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Little cut off there. And I think Dad's probably about 50 feet, because that tree is right at circle's edge right there. Nothing. No chance. Just two left. Yeah, didn't really commit to it. I'm probably 35 to 40-ish here. Yeah, that was not a good putt at all. So trying to get the comeback just to keep my 3. And yeah, it's a little bit to the right. It's a good putt for your 3. Yeah, same. It's funny, even though it's just a fun round, anytime you add cameras, there are some camera jitters for sure. So I know that we talked about that quite a bit. So we got some tap in 3s, couple 4s, and 3 3s it looks like. So hole 5, I'm not exactly sure on the distance. It's probably only like 220 feet uphill. You can go right gap or left gap. Tyrone's going the verdict. Looks like this might be a fuse as well. Kind of looks like it to me. Or no, it's a Lucid X verdict. Actually, I apologize. So yeah, he just squares up that tree right there. What are you throwing?
I'm throwing my stag here.
Yeah, he normally he throws quite a bit to the right, so that was a really good shot right there. Just a little soft. I'm going with a Champion Cayman. I'm trying to hit the right side, so I have no idea what happened there, but it was not the line I was gonna aim for. And I know we got a zone here from Grant. I thought that was money. I thought it was in the whole time, and you'll see it's just a little bit deep. So this
hole seems to always play long for some reason.
Yeah, it is uphill. I don't know. I should measure it with the rangefinder to see the degree uphill, but it's uphill for sure. So Tyrone puts it under the basket. Dad's probably just maybe outside the circle here.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but
yeah, caught metal at least. I'm outside the circle as well. And, yeah, I got to work on that. My step putt's normally pretty decent, but I don't know what's going on, just a little bit off, so must be a timing thing. This is where Grant landed. I mean, he's probably like 30 feet past the basket from a knee. He's got some twigs and branches and things in his way, so it was a good run. And then here's my comeback to save the par. Just get lucky, just in the left side. And Grant tapping out with a zone. I think we got some other tap outs here. Yeah. Yep. Nope, not a tap out.
Yeah.
Just an air ball.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty stoked about that little 15-footer there.
Started off real
So hole 6 is a par 4, 665 or something like that. Tall grass on the right and left is OB until you get past that little creek looking thing down there. So that's he's unfortunately OB there. He went with a Wraith, I believe, and just turned it over. I know we have a Raider here from Garrett. This is a smash.
Yeah,
the wind was kind of a headwind right to left, and that just turns and just stays turning.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a Fusion Raider. I'm going with a pop top Ricky Wysocki Destroyer, and
you really threw that disc well there, Josh.
Yeah, that one felt good. I know I'll have a forehand upshot, and then with Grant.
Grant smashes this too.
Yeah, this is that same force that he was throwing before, that swirly force. Good shot. For a second, we had little fright. Thought it was gonna go B. And then is this your turn or your destroyer?
I think this is my destroyer here.
And yeah, that was a good shot. Dad always goes that branch that hangs down on the right. I feel like he always goes underneath that, which is scary to me. And then you go in the same disc. Yeah, that's a destroyer again.
Yeah, and I actually didn't think I could make it. And
yeah, he didn't think he could get past that little spot right there. So unfortunately, that's OB as well. So here's Tyrone. He's throwing 3 from where he was at, OB over there. So looks like he's going with that same Wraith again. So you can see that tall grass in the summer can be pretty bad, even in the winter. I mean, if it gets tucked under there. You see Tyrone just kind of caught up a little bit into that brush on the right. And then Garrett, I don't know for sure. I think this was I'm guessing an Enforcer.
Yeah,
this is smooth. Garrett, if you're watching this, slight foot fault there. That's all right, I do it too. And then Grant, just a slight fluff there. So it can get pretty bad in there. I'm going with a Color Glow Firebird. Not a Sexton, but a Color Glow, so practically flies the same to me. I don't know what the difference is personally, but I don't know what happened. That my timing was off at just everything. That was like the first forehand of the day. Just felt really weird.
This is throwing my 4 up. I got a Atlas. Yeah, just not really throwing. Not really committing at all.
So Tyrone's going with a deputy here. Little patent pending stance with the deputy. And that was perfect. Fantastic shot. Garrett's got a long bid to save his par, to save his 4 on this. And that looks money too. Great shot, good bid. And Grant's kind of just, he's in jail. He got a good spot, but he's still in jail, so he just kind of has to pitch out. And yeah, and that's fantastic. That was a save of 5 from definitely outside the circle. Great putt from Grant as well. I'm tucked in back over here. And, just past it.
Mm-hmm.
So good putt there from Tyrone for his 5. So it looks like a few 5s, couple 4s. So hole 7 is 925 feet. It's uphill the entire way. Even from back here, it's funny, it goes down then up, but even from here, it pins up. So all tall grass and beyond is OB, except for the little mohawk deal down there. And I did not commit at all, so went straight OB. And then Grant's
throwing that.
Is it that force again? Oh, no, he's throwing a Mantis on this.
Yeah, he smashes this.
Yeah, it's a decently stable Mantis, too. I've seen some that are just crazy understable. And then again with that Wraith, yeah, just you see once it gets a little bit nose up, just has too much time, and that also fades OB, unfortunately. And then we got Garrett. Garrett is going with a Biofusion Escape.
The Garrett turn and go left
Yeah,
on this as
yeah.
well.
So he also just pushes it up and doesn't flip enough for him. So he's also going to be on B, unfortunately.
Throwing that turn, G-star turn.
I thought this was your destroyer. Okay.
No, it was my turn. I was trying to keep it low and just really lackadaisical there.
Lackadaisical.
Lackadaisical.
But that's okay. He's safe. He's not OB. He was close. He took relief. He was right up against it, but he was safe. So he's throwing 2 here. Again, same disc. Yeah, this hole does play far. I mean, it's. I know there's some guys that could definitely get there and probably 3 or something, but it's far. It's all uphill. So I'm throwing 3 here, and I'm going with a 3-line AJ. And I threw that exactly how I wanted to.
Yeah, you crushed it.
And then we have Garrett here. I'm not sure exactly what he's throwing, but so also throwing 3. We just decided we went out at the same spot and used my disc. And
he actually threw it out again, I think, on this.
Yeah, so that's also OB again. And then Tyrone I think this is his, I forget what it is, not Colossus, but one of those discs that's not thrown a lot. It's flippy, but yeah, it's a good shot for sure. And then we have Grant going with the Arobi Epic.
Actually threw that pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then this is Dad's 3rd shot, and he's going with that same turn, huh?
Yep.
He's still probably 600, close to it, realistically.
Yep, my foot was
maybe 550. That was a great shot. So then here's Garrett. He's throwing, I think this is 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so he's throwing 5 right here. Just cuts just in front of it. It's a good shot. And then Tyrone looks like he's going with a flippy Thunderbird. It's deceptively long from here. It doesn't look like it, but it just plays forever. I'm going with the Big Germ Thunderbird. I probably only have 300 feet, but it's uphill, and so I throw that almost as hard as I can on a little flex, put it maybe 10 feet behind the basket.
You threw a great shot there.
And then this is Grant. He's throwing a Raptor. This is absolutely perfect.
Yeah,
underneath the basket. Very, very easy 4, which is fantastic.
Same disc again.
Back to back to back. No, this is
my destroyer.
Yep. Just a little too high. It's an okay line. If he gets that lower, it has a good chance of skipping up underneath the basket. Tyrone was safe. So right now is where the OB stops. Everything past those trees in the tall is safe. Yeah, he's just kind of tucked. That tree's tough, and you can kind of tell, but it's very uphill.
On left side of it, rather.
And then he's probably maybe 30 feet here, or maybe even just outside.
Yeah, I think he's outside.
Uphill, fantastic,
Just
dead center.
Good putt.
And we got a bunch of tap-ins. So we have 1-4. I took a 5 with the OB, which felt really, really good. Dad took a 6. Tyrone, I think, maybe took a 6. Yeah, I think so. So and then we got hole 8. It's a downhill 225. We kind of played it as an island. If you're in the tall grass, you're OB. Or if you're too deep, like back by that road. Today we're playing it that way. For tournaments.
He knifes it right in.
Yeah, that was absolutely perfect. And that was a zone.
It's a beautiful day today.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. A little chilly, obviously. It's like 20 degrees, and I'm going with the Sonic. Tyrone's going with the Justice. And then, and this is good. Oh, I thought that was money, and then that was a weird skip. And this is a Hummingbird from Garrett. So
just
barely.
It.
Good thing they mowed that. Thank you to the city.
I'm throwing my judge.
Is this that newer one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's still pretty stable. He has some in his bag that are not that way. So here's Garrett. He's probably 40 or so. He's definitely outside the circle, that's for sure. Great putt, good catch. Here's Tyrone, probably the same distance. Tyrone, this is a little bit of a headwind putt for Tyrone here. Really good.
Gets it in.
And I'm probably 25. And that bounced off the back inside of the basket and out. And then Dad didn't commit.
Yes.
So that's happened. My 3. So 3 2s and a couple 3s on this hole. You really want to get this one for sure.
Yeah. This is a 4 here for me.
4?
Hmm?
That was a 3.
Okay.
So this is hole 9, up and over. Grant goes with a tomahawk. This is Tyrone, and he just a little bit too nose up. You really have to commit to the angle on this, and he just didn't do that. And then we got Garrett. Let's see. Garrett's going with Moonshine Deputy. That's right. This is an absolute bomb for a deputy. It's crazy to try that. But yeah, just way nose up. Let's see here. I'm going with a flippy Thunderbird. You'll see it. So it goes up and then down to the right. Really, the play is like either a turnover or just a big ante, for me anyways. And I thought this was perfect. I just threw it a little bit too far to the right. That tree probably saved me from going way to the right. And then Dad, is this your...
This is my
destroyer or turn?
No, this is my turn. If I could get to the top of the hill, is a long ways for me.
Yeah.
I just don't even get there, but...
Yeah, it is very, very uphill.
Excuse me.
So, walking up, Dad's going to throw this your zone. Yeah. Little flex forehand. It's such a tough line from right there. So close to absolutely puring it as well. And we got Garrett, I'm guessing either a deputy or hummingbird. It's typically what he's throwing. I mean, I know he throws judges as well, but I look like a hummingbird to me. We got a tough line here for Tyrone. Really downhill. So close, just catches that tree. And then we got Grant. This is where his tomahawk landed. Just a little bit short. And then here you are looking to try to save your 3.
Yeah,
just a little bit short as well. So I'm probably 80 here. This is like one of my favorite putts. This hole, if you land short like this, is just, I don't know, the gravity just kind of seems to pull it right next to the basket a lot. Didn't that time, but... Also, you can't really tell on that, but that's very downhill as well. Great putt for Grant.
Doesn't even need to take the bag off.
Right. Yeah, and he put that with whatever he threw on his drive also.
Ty.
Yeah, this is when Tyrone pretty much quits, which you'll see. So, tapping, and then... I don't remember. I think I missed this. I made it. Okay. So, there's the front 9. So, after 9, Grant he's in the lead. I don't have the scores. I don't think you can see him on here, but Grant's in the lead, and then it's followed by myself. Looks like Garrett, Tyrone, and then Dad, maybe. Yeah, really rough 9 for Dad there. Real tough. So
I'm hoping to turn around on the back 9 here.
So 10 short, uphill. Grant hits that tree, of course, dead center. Garrett is throwing a Fusion Enforcer. Just really, really soft. He throws that line a lot really well. Just super soft. I'm throwing a Sonic here. Just trying to get it up close, and took a really kind of awkward kick off of a
throwing
branch.
my eagle here.
Champion eagle, and just trying to throw a hyzer through these trees on the right here.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Took a really bad kick. He didn't throw it as far to the right.
Too high,
and that's a justice again from Tyrone. So this is, again, I don't know if you can really tell, but it's extremely uphill, this hole. So the last two holes and then this one goes up, down, and then up, down again. So that's Dad from outside the circle. That was fantastic putt. I'm probably 18 feet here. Almost spit through, but got it. You definitely want to get this one as well. See, Garrett, that's what I was talking about. Almost bounced out. It's a hole 11 downhill, 185. These two holes back-to-back are ones you absolutely want to get for sure. So you can see he's going with the judge here.
Takes a nice, steady little tunnel shots.
Just a little bit too high. I'm going with an A1, and I just don't commit to it at all. Throw it way too soft. And then you're on, what, A2?
Yeah.
Pretty close. Just a little bit to the right. Otherwise, that would have been money. Then we got a zone here from Grant. A little bit high. His ends up like 40 deep. And we got an envy here from Tyrone. Just right over the basket. Good little run there. Mm-hmm. So I'm probably 70 feet here. Slip, almost break an ankle. Oh yeah. And then Tyrone's he's outside the circle for sure, probably 40. Just a little low.
I split the tree. I mean, I have a putt here.
It's far. It's probably 45, 50 from this point.
Just not really.
Just not committing fully. Yeah. And Garrett, just outside the circle, maybe just inside. It's right at the edge. And he said right after this, he said, these dang straddle putts. So he knows that's something he needs to work on. And that one, yeah, that could have stuck for sure from Grant. Good putt from Tyrone. And a star par frame on this hole is not something that you want to do. And you almost missed that putt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you definitely do not want a bunch of pars on this at all. So moving into hole 12 here after these tap-ins. 535, this is my favorite hole in the course. Tunnel shot, par 4. You have to get through that tunnel, through that gap, and then you'll have another probably 250 depending on where your disc lands, maybe 200. This is a lucid trespass.
He gets through there, doesn't he?
Kind of. He's on the right side. I'm going with a flippy Thunderbird, and the headwind was a little bit more than I thought out there. You couldn't really feel it on the tee.
Kind of turned right on you there, and
yeah, it puts me in a tough spot.
I'm throwing my Atlas here.
Yeah, this is a good play. I mean, really, if you're playing it for a 4, so which is par, just throw that straight out there, and then figure out what you got to do from there. And then Grant's going with a.
He gets out of his hand early there.
I think that was a Mantis as well, yeah. And then Tyrone, not really sure. It looked like the flippy Thunderbird. His kicked right as well.
Kicked right, yep.
And this is that same zone that he's been thrown. Zone, yeah, good job. Same force that he's been throwing.
He threw it up there well.
Yeah, he smashed that. So he is not OB. Tyrone's not OB here. It's just on the on the sidewalk is OB, but you can see he's in jail. He pretty much has nothing at all. And then Dad's probably 350. I think the short pad is like 305, so he's probably about 350. Is that your stag?
It was my stag.
Was that the line you were going for? Or did you just get lucky?
I
I couldn't tell, but it looked nice.
Came out of my hand a little early there. I was wanting to be right of the tree.
Right. Just trying to do something. This is a heat that I'm rolling. That tree branch that's hanging down right there was directly in front of me. That's exactly what Garrett's saying right there. He said, this is super weird because this branch is like right in front of me. And this is, it looks like it's, I don't know if this is the one he actually throws, but it looks like a Raider. Reminder as well, he is sponsored by Wild Discs, so check them out. I know that they're all about the wild and nature and all that stuff, which is pretty cool, so check them out. Tyrone's going with an M4 on that. Tough line. He was absolutely
that Sonic
trapped.
up here. And I definitely didn't throw it flat out of my hand. And
Yeah, again, he's working on that. I was just telling him if you throw it flat, it's going to go maybe to the right. If you put a little hyzer on it, it's going to go straight. I was going to go Sonic as well, but I was kind of too close to that tree, so I ended up going just with an A1. Little forehand.
Excuse me.
So that's all I want is just to get close.
Nice
From there, anyways. I want to get a 3 on this hole, but can't always do it. Here's Garrett. He's going with a deputy. Really low ceiling. This is a very tough shot, like if you're going to run it for sure because of how low that ceiling is. But look good. Good
smooth.
kick out. Got a zone here.
Yeah, it's running it.
And then Tyrone's probably 45. Just to the right.
That look good.
You're probably 25, maybe a little further than that. Just money. Absolute perfect from both of those guys, dead center. Garrett just didn't commit. Am side. Tyrone, good pot. Garrett tap in. I tapped in. So we got some 4s, and Garrett took a 5. I think that Tyrone took a 5 as well. So hole 13, 520 feet, also uphill. It's a par 4. You got to kind of hit this gap, and then it goes up after that past the tree. No OB on this hole, and this is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he really threw that well.
And he was, I'm not sure exactly what he was throwing there.
Oh,
Ballista.
It was his best throw ever on that one.
Yeah, that was great. I'm going with the 3-line AJ, and I just don't get it turned as much as I want to.
I got the turn again. Just trying to keep it up in the middle there.
And if you can't tell, the turn is what Dad's go-to disc is, and that was the one he lost all the way back on hole 3, too. You can see a Mantis again in Grant's hands, and this is perfect. See, that's what I'm saying. I've seen some Mantises that would turn into almost a roller, so this one must be somewhat stable.
He crushed that one, too.
And I think that Tyrone, because he just was over it, I think he was just trying to throw some...
Over the top? Or?
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but it didn't work. Hit that tree, and then actually, flew backwards. So then he's in this position here. And... yeah, that was a really good shot.
Yeah.
It's that Daedalus. Maybe that's how you say it, a Daedalus. What is this here? Oh, that was that turn again. Just barely misses that tree.
Yeah.
I have to go standstill because I'm in a really, really deep hole, kind of. And that was absolutely awful. Almost black aced it, though. So that would have been kind of cool. Or black throw in, not ace. And then we have a zone here from Grant. And just, really close. And then this is looks like a judge. Yeah, this is a judge from just very, very easy up and down for a birdie 3 for sure.
Yeah, he's smooth.
Then Tyrone said he was going to try to make that, so he threw it 30 feet past the basket. Judge again. Is this that newer judge?
Yeah.
So right up next to it, he'll take a 4 as well. I'm gonna run this. The wind is blowing kind of right to left from my viewpoint. And so close, just off the top of the basket. And then Tyrone is he's uphill, putting downhill, and he's putting.
That's a tough putt.
Yeah, so he's putting for 4 here, save his par, and that was perfect, dead center. So Grant taps in his 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tap in a 4. Dad with a 4. Let's see, and Grant and Garrett both with 3s. So yeah, another one you want to get, but you're not upset if you par it, really, just because you can kind of get into trouble. So, and then we got hole 14. It's downhill and to the right. Only plays 205 feet. Well, actually, it plays probably less than that.
It's a cool little hole. Tough little hole.
Yeah. Grant's going with a zone. And
he kept it right just off the ground.
It's tough because it's a low ceiling and you're throwing downhill, but you want to get to the basket. I'm guessing this, Lucid X Justice, and he skips it off the very top that you can see there. And I thought he was going to ace it. I'm going with the A1, and I didn't commit last time I threw the A1, so then I overcommitted this time and turned it over.
Because I'm throwing that Sonic. I just didn't throw it quite hard enough.
And then we got another Justice here from Tyrone. Looks like he tried to do the same thing as Garrett, but
going for the skip ace off the tee.
Yeah. So then he goes with the Deputy. I'm probably 50 foot here, slightly downhill putt. Just over the top. I wanted it. I committed to it, but
you went for it.
This is where Dad landed, so he's just outside the circle here. Again, it's slightly downhill. Nothing crazy, but just no commitment at all.
Yep.
Grant, just a little bit to the right. It was cold. I know I kind of mentioned it, but yeah, it was like 20 degrees. Not super windy, which helped, but Tyrone, good comeback putt. Let's see. Sorry, guys. And then, Grant just a little bit high. He's pretty upset, but he's playing pretty well, honestly. So
he's moving right along.
And then I'm got to come back for a 3. That one felt pretty good. So this is a par 4 as well. It's like 535 feet. Tyrone's playing normally. Tyrone's playing normally is just to try to throw it up to the short tee pad and then just try to birdie it from there. So he's just going to re-tee a couple times just because he's over it. So the first one OB, second one OB, this one almost OB but lands safe. I think it was, it went Envy, then Zone, then Justice or something like that. This is a Ballista, a Ballista Pro. Yep, a Ballista Pro from Garrett. That looked great out of his hand, but it was just a little bit too low. So unfortunately, that ends OB. I'm going with the Pop Top Destroyer, that Ricky one, same one I threw back on hole 6. And all I try to do is force it over a little bit. And that is perfect for me. That's where I want to be on this hole.
Yep, I'm just throwing the Atlas here, trying to get up top of the hill near the tee pad. And I should do just that.
Yep, that's perfect. Let's see here. Grant is he's going with the Mantis. This also just a tad bit low, but man, if that was just a little bit higher, that would have been so good. So then we got Garrett throwing his 3rd with the OB stroke and just hangs it out too far to the right. So he's OB again. Yeah. Tyrone, I don't know what he threw, but he also went OB.
Let's go.
And then what are you throwing here? Is this your Destroyer or your turn?
My
Do you know?
destroyer. No, this is my destroyer.
So this is basically 350 feet then, because that short pad is like 350. Downhill, but you pulled through that at least pretty good. I didn't even realize that when I saw
about 225 out of it.
So then, I don't know exactly what Garrett's throwing here as far as his shot number, because he's gone OB a few times. And then he throws this one.
I think he
OB again. Yep. So at this point, he's like, oh, great, I'm going to get a 10.
So he goes ahead and does a forehand, and
this is a Raider, and this
just
is
a real nice
just
shot.
perfect. So then he looks at the camera and says, why didn't I just do that? And this is a Luna that Grant's going with here. He's probably 200 and maybe 250-ish. And you can see out of his hand, he's like, no, slight headwind. And that, unfortunately, does go OB. And then Tyrone with the zone. And that's parked.
Up there.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And I left it a little bit short. I went with the A1. And what do you think? Is this your judge? Great shot. So this is Grant putting for his par. Just to the right. Here's me putting for a birdie, which would be nice because Grant and I are pretty close at this point.
You guys are
just missed it.
He's putting some pressure on you.
Yeah, Tyrone tapped in. Well, I'm trying to put pressure on him. He's winning. He's playing well. So there's a 4 for me.
Looks like I'm walking around.
Garrett tried to miss it. He wanted the 9, but he got an 8. He stuck with an 8. So it looks like we got couple 4s. Did you get a 4? Yeah. So hole 16, 470. I actually play this as a par 4. It's weird. It says the short pad as a par 4, but this one's a par 3. This one you can be in the tall grass as far as OB wise. So you're not OB if you're in the tall grass, but you are OB if you're in the opposite fairways. So I'm going with a 3-line AJ, and I'm okay with that shot.
I'm throwing up this G-Star.
This is close, just didn't quite commit all the way. But he ends in an okay spot. And this is, I believe, another Mantis. Let's see. Oh, no, that was a force. That's a force from him. And then Garrett's on 16, Ballista again. Yeah, Ballista Pro, actually.
He really threw that.
Yeah, this is absolutely perfect. Just past that tree, and then it goes, and then he gets a good skip out of it as well. Spot. And then this is an M4 from Tyrone into the ground. And then now he's throwing, I don't know if this is either his T-Bird or, I know he throws a Patriot that's like the same color. But yeah, that is a great shot. And then are you on Destroyer, or is this your turn again?
That's
do you know?
My turn, yep.
That bench is kind of awkward right there.
Yep, and I just skipped by the tree.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Spot.
And this is Grant going Luna, turns it over a little bit. Myself, I'm going Sonic. I have a right to left wind here, so I'm just trying to push it out there on a hyzer just past that tree on the right and slide it up there and just catch the right side.
That's a good throw.
And this is a compass, I know, because I saw it laying on the ground from Garrett. Nice, smooth little forehand there. His forehand's gotten so much better this year. We were just talking about it today. Tyrone to the left. I'm probably 40 feet here. Yeah, gotta get that step putt dialed in again before Vegas for sure. Then we got Grant playing in the leaves. Playing in the leaves like a kid. Grant's only 19 as well. We just found that out. I think he said he just turned 19, didn't he?
Yeah, just a hair short.
Yeah, and then Tyrone, long, right. And then I missed to the right, so...
We're throwing this one. I really would have liked to get. That would have been a 3.
Yeah, so Garrett with a 3, Grant with a 4, I took a 5, Dad took a 4. But hole 17, all tall grass on this hole's OB, 330 feet. You can go right or left, really. Either way is totally fine. This is a Fusion Enforcer by Garrett, or from Garrett, I should say.
You know, when he threw this, I thought it was past that branch.
Yeah, the depth perception's weird. Those branches, it seems like you're always past them, and then you're right there.
So I'm just going to Destroyer here, and at this point, I'm pretty wiped out.
Wiped out, cold, but that's okay. He's safe, no OB.
Yep.
This is a Yuli Raptor. This thing's flippy, too. That turned quite a bit, hung out, but it got just back in, so that was a great shot.
He crushed out.
I'm going with a Big Germ Thundy.
Yep.
Hit the tree, went OB. I don't know for sure. Maybe it was an FX2, maybe. I guess I don't know for sure from Tyrone. So this is me throwing 3 here. I'm throwing with a Scott Withers Gator, just a little PyroHyzer.
Yeah.
I did leave it a little bit short, but that's okay. I'm guessing you just got your judge here.
Yeah, throwing up my judge.
And great shot. So then we got Garrett here with his Hummingbird. And so close. And then we got Tyrone. So that's a good 2 from Tyrone.
Yeah.
This is for a 4 for me. From probably 30 feet. That one felt really nice. Just wanted to put it on.
Just got in.
Yeah, this is Grant's drive. Just dead center. Great putt. Good 2 from Grant. That pretty much sealed it right there for sure, which is great. Played really well. And then a little tap in for Dad. So Grant is going with the Phenom here. Can't really see it too well, but he almost aces just over the basket.
Just threw a great shot.
FX2 from Tyrone.
It gets down.
I think he was inbounds, but he ended up throwing again. Let's see. Garrett's going Fusion Enforcer. Way out to the right, but that's money. You'll see it finish here in a second. Yep, just over the trees.
Yeah.
And then, so this is a re-tee because he thought he was OB. This is a flippy Thunderbird. And that's parked. And turn, I'm guessing, again.
Yeah.
This was close. He ended up, it was right on the edge, but he is safe.
I was safe.
And then I'm going with a Star TL. Push it straight out there, and you'll see it. I don't know if you can see it well, but it finishes like just under the basket. Try to give it a little ace run. Is this your judge you're throwing up or a Sonic?
Nope, this is my judge. That new judge. I'm trying to replace my old
So
one.
I don't even understand how that didn't hit metal. Unreal. Garrett, I'm just looking to tap in hopefully for his 2. And he says, not on the last hole. It's always fun playing with Garrett, man. He's awesome. Great guy. Dad tapping in with a Sonic. Tyrone already tapped in. That's for my 2. And then for the win here, little slow-mo. Congrats, Grant Carpenter, man.
Yeah,
great round.
Cool.
He won the $20 and took tag number, I think PyroHyzer number 285, I think is what he took. So
I think a real fun round. It was a good time too.
So definitely cold. You can see 21 degrees down there. Yeah, those are the final scores. So thanks for joining in, guys.